Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today is kind of a dreary, sad, rainy day outside, so I thought it would be perfect to get all cozy up with my morning coffee and chat with you guys. So if you're new to my channel, I do videos about home decor, minimalism, simple living, sustainable living, and so under that umbrella is zero waste, which I want to talk to you guys about today. Transitioning into zero waste can be quite difficult just because you have to go out of your comfort zone, switching from things that are the social norm to things that can be a little bit tricky to get used to. But once you get over that hump of transition, then it's just like easy living. So I wanted to share with you guys some of the first things I did to transition into zero waste. I have 10 changes that I'd like to share with you guys. 10 changes I want to share with you guys about how to transition into a zero waste lifestyle. I also want to preface this with I am by no means fully zero waste. I still produce waste in a lot of areas in my life. I just want to share with you guys some of the transitions I've made. As you guys have probably heard, it's a journey trying to get to the point where you're 100% zero waste, but any changes that you make are beneficial, so I encourage you guys to look into it and maybe use some of the tips that I give you today. This wasn't really a coffee drinking type of video because I have to hold things up. Oh well, I need my coffee anyways. But first thing is about coffee and about tea, and that is to transition into using a French press for your coffee or one of the reusable loose leaf tea bags for your tea. Using loose leaf tea instead of the tea packs is way better because contrary to what a lot of people believe, there's actually plastic in those tea bags. I know my husband said as a kid his mom would collect used tea bags and put them in her garden to decompose, but really there's plastic in it, so like you're kind of contaminating the soil at the same time. So get yourself one of these. It is, a little bit more work than just putting a tea bag in your tea or using a Keurig for your coffee, but I find that the French press makes better coffee and loose leaf tea is better tea in general. If you didn't know, like loose leaf tea is generally better quality, so while you're making the zero waste transition, you're also getting better quality drinks. So yeah, sounds good to me. The next item you can switch over is from paper towels to reusable towels. I know in my household growing up, it was very common to just use paper towels to clean everything, to use them as napkins during dinner, but it's so wasteful, especially because oftentimes you don't need that full piece of paper towel and like most of it just gets thrown away. But with using just regular towels, obviously you're not creating any waste, and I just have like a bunch of these that I keep in my cupboard to wipe up messes and to wash dishes with. Like it's such an easy transition. It's just one of those things that I think people need to be reminded of, that you can do this. You don't need to use paper towel. The third item is switching from dryer sheets to wool dryer balls. These I just got at like HomeSense in a pack of 3. I am missing one. I do not know where it is, but either way, these things are awesome and I think like way better than dryer sheets anyways. So they have a bit of like weight to them, I guess. So when they're in the dryer, they bounce around and kind of fluff up your clothes so that they dry quicker, so you're losing less energy because your clothes are drying quicker, and they fluff them up all nice. And you can add essential oils, like drop some essential oils on these before you throw them in and it'll give them a fresh scent. And I think the wool itself like softens your clothes. I think that's right, don't quote me on it, but yeah, these are great. Like it's a one-time purchase and you have them for forever, as opposed to the dryer sheets that you're always running out of, right? So these are nice and easy. Number 4 are containers for storing food. So I have multiple options here. The first one is buying in bulk and storing your food in glass jars. So I have spices here and then some tea here. Just like anything that you can buy in bulk is better, obviously. Also, it's super cute in your cupboard in these glass jars. So that's one option. But then for like leftovers, there's glass containers like this that I'm sure you've all seen before. The thing I found a little annoying about these is that some items just don't fit well in rectangles, if that makes sense. So I picked up one of these silicone like Ziploc bag type things. So it just has this bar that slides over top to seal it, and then yeah, you can just like wash them in the dishwasher or by hand. Can't remember. I don't know, just sometimes I feel like it's really awkward to try and like fit things into rectangle containers, so it's nice to have a couple of these as an alternative. And then the last option for storing food is Beeswax Wraps. This one I got given to me. I don't really have any brand names to show you because you can get this stuff at like HomeSense and like Winners and places like that. That's where I normally pick them up. But also I make my own. This is some of my own beeswax. You guys probably don't know because I've never mentioned this, but I am a hobby beekeeper. I've been doing it for 2 years now. So much fun. I'd love to share it with you guys sometimes. But yeah, so I have some beeswax from my hives that I harvested, and then I just bought a t-shirt from the thrift store, cut it up into a square, and yeah, made a beeswax wrap out of it. I'm planning on making a tutorial video for you guys on how to make these. Super fun. And so these are great if you just need to like cover food and throw it in the fridge or like wrap up some fruit. Yeah, they're super versatile, and you just clean them off by wiping them with a bit of warm water, not too hot because you can melt the wax, and then by the time they wear out you can just throw them in the compost because it's just cotton fabric. So awesome option. Coffee break. The fifth item, or the fifth change, is also related to my coffee, and that is shopping at the thrift store. This coffee mug I got from the thrift store. I showed it in my thrift haul recently. I found that this was a bit harder of a transition than I expected it to be, because sure, it's fun going thrift store shopping, but actually buying things there instead of from general stores was a bit harder, because like when you go shopping for like clothes, for example, I often would go searching for an item, and you could go to multiple stores to find that item you're looking for. But when you're thrift store shopping, you just gotta take what they have to offer. So it's kind of changing that mindset of like, okay, I have a general idea of what I want or what I need, and I'll take what I can get, and being comfortable with not getting exactly what you're looking for. But yeah, I love this coffee mug. Got it from the thrift store. Check out that video if you're interested. I don't know. Whatever, do what you want. So on to number 6, which is buying things that are either compostable or recyclable. Let me explain. So things like soaps and brushes and I don't know, just any household item that is previously made in plastic, just making the switch over. It's a very generalized tip. This I find is one of the easiest because you just have to like change the item, but the item still does like the same thing for you. So like my husband's brush in the shower, got him a bamboo one, nice and easy. Hand soap in a glass jar, and then I also have refill for the soap, also in a glass jar, and this one has a metal cap, which is double awesome because often you get the plastic dispensers, which is not as great, but still like better than if it was all plastic. Or even better is no packaging at all. So just getting like soap bars that are just straight up soap, and then you don't have to compost or recycle anything. It's just good to go. Number 7. So this is probably the trickiest one to get used to, and I was a little back and forth about it, but now it's just, like I said, my normal life. And that is getting a metal razor. This thing is intimidating. I've had it for like, I think like 3 years now, so like now I don't even think about it, but it has these replaceable blades, or razors I should say, in it. And the tricky thing about this is that with disposable razors, you can put them on your skin any which way and they won't cut you, and they'll just cut the hair. Whereas this, you have to approach it at a 45-degree angle, otherwise you'll cut yourself. So this was definitely a hard transition because I would cut myself and get annoyed and just want to quit. But I just kept pushing through, and I'm at a point where I can do this with my eyes closed and I don't cut myself. Starting out, I'd advise that you go very slow and use conditioner to shave I don't use shaving cream, that's why I suggest conditioner. But at this point, if I'm in a rush, I don't even need to use anything to moisturize the part that I'm shaving. I can just go right at it. I just really encourage you to like keep at it, even though it's tricky, because now like disposable razors are so expensive. Like I don't even remember exactly how much they cost. It's been a long time, but like $14 for 2 or something like that. And how long do they last you, right? Whereas this was, I don't even know how much I spent on this, because like I said, it was so long ago. I don't know, maybe like $30-40 for the razor. And then for the actual razor blades, I got a pack of, I don't know, 20 for like 10 bucks. And you only have to switch out the blade every like 3 months. I don't know what the proper amount of time is, but I only change it out every like 3 months because it just doesn't get dull that quick. And it's only that one little piece that gets replaced. So like, I just don't spend money on my razors anymore, and it's like amazing. Okay, on to number 8. This one I'm sure you've heard before, but it is getting metal straws. I just ordered these off Amazon and super useful. They come with little cleaner things. Yeah, I don't use them all the time, but sometimes it's just nice to have a straw, and they are so wasteful using the plastic ones. In Vancouver, I'm pretty sure that restaurants actually aren't allowed, like legally, I don't know, aren't allowed to use plastic straws anymore, but I do know that most like fast food places and restaurants nowadays are giving out paper straws or no straws at all, which is awesome, and having them in your own house is obviously a really awesome idea too. Number 9 is this paper bag that carried a stout once. So to explain, I keep all paper wrappings that I get, like from Amazon orders or liquor stores or like Trader Joe's, places that give out paper bags. And that is because this is my wrapping paper for presents now. I don't buy wrapping paper at all for presents for birthdays or Christmas or whatever. And some people get a little weirded out when they see my presents wrapped in like crumpled up paper. But I mean, it's the stupidest thing ever. You spend money on this wrapping paper that just gets torn apart and thrown away, and oftentimes there's plastic in the wrapping paper. Like, it's not just paper, it's wrapping plastic, not wrapping paper. So this is an awesome way to reuse paper, and then it just gets recycled afterwards. Okay, we're on to number 10, the last one. Feel kind of sad that it's almost over. Number 10, this is also one that you've probably heard before, but it's reusable bags, reusable shopping bags. This one I just bought from Superstore, which I go shopping at all the time. But you can also make them yourself. If you haven't seen my macrame shopping bag tutorial, I'll put a picture here of the shopping bag. Go check that out, because instead of using these ugly branded shopping bags, you can make your own. That's super cute. And then you feel super stylish going to the store with it instead of just one of these uglier ones, which are still a great option. Yeah, so those are my 10 items. Like I said, for the most part, they're really easy transitions, which I think is the biggest thing, because if you go into zero waste doing all the hardest ones, it's gonna be like an uphill battle. But if you like slowly transition into it, you find that it's actually quite easy and you get more passionate about it. And another little tip is just don't be too hard on yourself. It is a big deal transitioning from what everyone has told you is the normal way of doing things to revamping your life to zero waste. So just take it easy, have fun while you're doing it, and just know that every little thing makes a big difference. So thanks you guys for stopping by and checking out this video. I hope these tips were helpful and motivational to get you guys to make little changes in your life. If you liked this video, like this video. If you really like this video, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye! Looking, kissing, when I really get to clicking, but I'm looking for a sister to the bottom when I kiss her.